Hello guys and welcome back to another video, and we are back on What If History Started Over, the series. We are on, I think it's episode 5 now, and we have a large amount of growth. Now, I do believe we have a name set up for what we would call the Italian state, but I'm gonna have to check the name in a bit, but we're gonna start over here. I do feel like Persia will go around here and continue searching this way as well until they finally meet up with the pink team, which I believe I don't even have a name for yet. So they're gonna go there and meet up. So it's also a requested thing, so whoever requested that, you're welcome. And now they are linked on up. I feel like they would have mixed opinions on this, but you know, what you gonna do? The weird thing about calling this Persia is that it isn't even expanded up to the Caspian Sea. I also feel like they tried to push up this way at least. So they're going to send out an expedition, well, much smaller expedition, to go out and research the terrain. They'll eventually find this lake here and keep pushing up until they find the Caspian Sea. Here's where I'd say that they try to fill it out and at least attempt to get a border around the Caspian Sea. Nobody's contesting them, so there we go. Now they have a border around the Caspian Sea. Now they're more like a Persia that we'd call Persia. But Persia is absolutely massive now. And if you're massive, a lot of bad things can actually happen from that. Historically, you know. Not much good happens when you're too large. I'm going to try to find the name of it now. The thing in the Italian peninsula is now called Cicertine, I think. That's what I've been told to say by Ottavianen222 on episode 4. So, you know what? I'd rather call it Italia, to be perfectly honest. So that's what we're going to call it, Italia. We focused on Persia, but what about this new state right here? They deserve some lore update. So the light pink puppet team, I feel like they're going to try to do some stuff against the green. They're going to push in and occupy Cyprus, which is going to trigger a whole war. So we have a whole war declared, which is, I mean, they don't know what to think. They think this is absolutely horrible that this war happened. Cyprus gets, liberated, and they push in. The Nile Kingdom pushes in and eventually captures the capital, and the rest of it falls. But then we have a new force coming on in. Now they don't want to fight a long and hard, brutal war, so they just pushed and liberate the capital. And now they're going to negotiate after a bit of more of a pushback. They're now going to negotiate a peace deal. What will we see in this peace deal? Well, it's back to being split up as a new border is drawn. So, are you happy about that Cyprus thing you did? Didn't go too well for you. But, oh well, I guess you're just annexed now. And now they are coast to coast here. But the Nile government could just, block their access to this coast. But they also have coastal areas around the Black Sea, which is also pretty cool. Now I feel like we're going to have a stage where these three countries, they all want to get down here and get this land. So I feel like they're going to do a partition of the Middle East. Now each one of them needs to set up their claims. They just want that land. To be honest, they don't want to expand too much here. Blue wants quite a lot. Persia wants that much, which leaves green or the Nile with the rest. This will be agreed on by all the countries. And now we have the split happening. The Middle East has now just been colonized by these empires. I'd say they're now empire status, if they weren't already. That's a weird idea, though. The Middle East getting partitioned, or having a scramble for it. But hey, I guess I won't judge it too much, considering I just did it. Now this would be disastrous for the Nile. We all know why. So we're just gonna cut to the chase. Another civil war. They can't stop having civil wars. Where's the civil war gonna mainly take place? Over here. Actually, no, not over there. They have a weird security on that. But over on the newly annexed territories. They're gonna push out and get some coastal territories. They'll go up and push back to around here. They could, in theory, they could just march down and get the capital from here. Yeah, does not look too good for the Nile. And I do feel like they'd not want to negotiate, and they go and get the capital eventually. So with this, we have a reformed government. Someone create a Wikipedia page for this. Or I might do a whole video where I explain the lore. Or just, someone needs to keep track of how many times the Nile Kingdom gets in a civil war, because this is like almost every episode now. But after the reformed government, the reformed people want to expand downwards some more. They're like, oh yeah, we can just do that. But you know what, let's hold off. We've expanded too much recently, but they have their goals set. And now we need to see more expansion up here. Purple team is now going to do their first expansion. And that will be around here into Crimea. The first expansion done. Not that bad. Purple, not that bad. You're expanding pretty decent amount. Of course they don't want to upset the other powers too much. So they're not going to be expanding too much. But hey, that's a good start at least. And that leaves this side, Western Europe. We're going to have more expansion happening there. The puppet state will try to unify Iberia. They push in and up. They eventually go around and find mountains. That's where they will set their new boundary. As all of Iberia is now united under one puppet state. Pretty nifty. And now with that done, I feel like everybody's going to be like, we need to form up a coalition against the Orange Empire. So that's what we're going to do. From two sides, they'll get pushed into. Naval landing will be reached by Italia, and the Nilese people will push in, trying to recapture their old territory. They managed to push in here before they have to set up and dig in. Now their capital's right here, and if they just went in and captured that, that'd be game over. So they keep pushing there, and keep just flooding troops on in. They also go and capture the Canary Islands, and make a naval landing around modern-day Catalonia. Now they will manage to fend them off, and kick them out of the mainland at least. But over here, in Iberia, they will keep their rampage going. Because Italia is still decently strong. But after reinforcements are sent, they get kicked out of Iberia. The front line opens again over here, and the Nilese army starts pushing in and starts capturing 2 lakes. Now here's where they need to start negotiating a peace deal, because now they're going to send a naval invasion right next to their capital, and their capital is now under siege. Yeah. This does not look good at all. They'll go in and try to capture the rest of the land, which, I mean, will go decent, you know. It'll look something like this. Yeah. So now they're going to have to negotiate a peace deal. What's going to be the result of this peace deal, we will see soon. The first bit of the peace deal is they need to swap back some land to the Nile. This land is not too valuable, so they'll cede that. And the Nile gets more land. A good thing to get some political points up for the new government there. And around Catalonia is where Italia will expand to. This kind of looks like Rome after like one of the Carthaginian Wars, I believe. Anyways, they'll try to colonize some more up here anyways to manage to get around the mountains. And they want to connect up their territories, which I believe they could do, because nobody's here to stop them. So that's what they'll just do. Italia is probably going to be growing to a huge power soon. I'm gonna be honest. Because look at them. They're gonna start expanding in the Mediterranean, much like Rome at our timeline. So, the map looks quite different. But I want to do one last thing. I want to form a new country. This will be a part of a mission over here in Asia, or a new group. We'll just go over here and settle around here. You will never guess what mission this is for. You can never guess what country's deploying people down here for a mission. In Asia. You will never be able to know. You will never find out. Anyways, I guess that's it for this episode. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like. There's more content on the channel. So, I guess this is just it for this episode. Also, you can give me new names, and goodbye.